Good afternoon, Renee, and how are you today?
I'm more than excited, and you know that I am. We've got a major special guest, a megastar on the Power Up Show with us today. Yes,
Yes,
we're going to be so excited to welcome Andre Jackson. How you doing, Andre?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Well, we are so excited, and we're going to give you a proper introduction in just a moment as we open up the Power Up Show and welcome in all of our audience. We're so excited to have everybody here today. In the industry, it's always a lot of news and everything going on, but we got the biggest star in the industry on our show today. But the latest thing coming out of Hollywood, what? It's the Oscars. I'm really excited about them. I'm excited about the dress that I saw because that red carpet was rolling and they were looking like the stellar superstars. I love the dress. I really did. And then I'm hearing West Side Story is gonna be revived. They're actually in
yes,
production right now, and cannot wait. This is one of my all-time favorites, y'all. I don't know about y'all.
yes.
One of my all-time favorites. Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have so much to get into with our special guest today. And right now, Tina and I are going to give it to you, the only way that we know how to do it on the Power Up Show. Tina, let's go. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Tell
Tell
me
me
something
something
good.
good.
Yeah. Tell
Tell
me,
me,
tell
tell
me,
me,
tell
tell
me.
me. Tell me. Yes,
Tell
yes,
me
tell me. Tell
something
me.
good.
Tell me.
There you go,
Yeah, come
Andre.
on, Andre. We're gonna tell it.
Uh-oh.
And who none other than our special guest today, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes,
our topic is going to be collaboration, communication, and connection with our special guest, the top model, the top actor, Andre Jackson Jr. He is going to tell it like it TI is today. We
yes,
want you to know that the Power Up Show is brought to you by Cameo, and the meaning of Cameo is the C is Christ, A is anointing, M is to manifest, E is to edify the Lord, O is the opportunities of God's purpose and plan for all who enter our doors and experience our products and services. Yes, Cameo Models International platform right here on Studio W Buzz. We're going to bring you the expertise, experience, and excellence as we do every week on this platform. And it's all about really and truly how to help you get started the right way in this industry. Absolutely. That's what we are all about. It's one of the biggest topics sitting around the breakfast table, the your dinner tables. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be a model. The women that born a brand new baby, make my baby a star. And the baby just come on, y'all. Everybody talks about it.
yeah, exactly.
So yes, our we hope to bring you awesome direction as you listen to us today on the Power Up Show. Andre Jackson Jr. is going to bring it on the real for you. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to Tina for our sponsors. Tina, take it away.
Yes, thank you so much, Renee. Yes, Studio W Buzz. You're going to go to www.studiowbuzz.com and click that subscription button so you can hear music, talk shows, and comedy all day. And Color Me Fabulous, Fierce, and Beautiful, Flory Roberts Cosmetics with Miss Renee Lacy. Let her be your beauty concierge. Contact her so you can have your beautiful Flory face. This is why, although I am a goddess, and I know I am 1 year younger than God, but I don't look like it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, no queen, but goddess. Yes, I am. And last but not least, Cameo Models Internationale. You're going to visit CameoModelOnline.com. That's CameoModelOnline.com. Scroll down, click that blue button so you can schedule your 20-minute consultation so you too can be a fabulous cameo model. Thank you so much, Renee, and back to you.
Fabulous, Tina. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get going, I love to power up my audience. So just spend a power moment with me. I encourage you to power up because I want you to know that you are something special. Yes, you are. You've got greatness I said it, you've got greatness. I'm going to say it again. You've got greatness inside of you. So I encourage you today to be courageous, be complimentary, and be compassionate. I want you to be genuine, to be generous, and be grateful. I want you to move forward and be bold, be beautiful, be bankable, as you're going to hear today. I want you to be excited about life and all the grand possibilities that are lying ahead of you. Most importantly, in all that you do, I'm encouraging you today to be kind, to be happy, to be loving, and be thankful. I want you to be your best self. Come on, be. You heard the key word. Be you. Be your best self. I want you to power up and stay in possibility thinking. How about that for a power moment? Come on, y'all. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
Let's go
indeedy.
forward and let's talk about it. And I'm going to move forward and introducing Andre Jackson Jr. You
Yes.
know, having a network of collaborations and great communication, super contacts and connections is so important. But it takes time and it takes effort. It requires determination, dedication, discipline, and a true desire to succeed. But in the end, the payoff, it's well worth it. Today, our special guest, model actor Andre Jackson Jr., is going to share with us how he did it and is still doing it. Yeah, that thing all y'all sit out there and talk about. He's doing it, actively involved in it. So here's a brief background. Andre Jackson Jr. A little bit about his bio. You know, he started as a child model. At 11 years old, he was entering the Cameo Model Internationale doors. He was participating in the model college and eventually went on to get to national convention where he achieved the #1 child model. Wow. At age 38 now, come on, y'all. He's a member of SAG. That's the Screen Actors Guild, if you did not know, as professional actor and model. He's achieved New York billboards, major TV commercials with big brand names, movie projects with major movie stars. Some of his commercial projects include Dentine Ice, Choice Hotels, J.C. Penney, Stella Astros, Ethan Allen, Verizon, Mercedes, Target, and so many more. One of his big movie projects was The Enemy Within with actor Morris Chestnut, the TV show Manifest, Casey Kane on the CW network, and FBI Most Wanted. He's achieved 4 major magazine covers and is still in big demand for big castings and bookings. Well, we caught up with Andre Jackson today, and here we go, Mr. Andre Jackson Jr. Welcome to the Power Up Show. Come
Yes,
on.
welcome.
thank you.
Welcome.
Man, that was a great introductory. Thank you, Miss Lacy.
You are so welcome and so deserving. How's it going in your life? What's happening in New York? What's going on in your world? Tell us, Andre Jackson.
It's a roller coaster, and I think that's what you should expect. It should never just be flat surfing, ups and
Mm-hmm,
downs, consistency, consistent the whole way, and that's how you
mm-hmm,
want it.
Tina Otero, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yes, this topic, love it. Thank you for being here, Andre. Yes, indeedy.
Thank you.
Collaboration, communication, connection. This business does not roll out the red carpet. We know that for sure. Tell us, how did you get started as far as marketing yourself in this business, and what problems that you have to solve that you may have come upon? What would those problems be, and how did you fix them?
Okay, so I had to look at myself from the client's perspective first to understand how I wanted to put myself into the industry. Once I was able to do that, I was able to make relationships with the clients I wanted to work with. And then I could say I officially had a business as a model slash actor because I had a brand and I was able to present it to the people who I knew would most appreciate it and pay top dollar for it.
Mhm.
Andre, you said something right there, because just in that one presentation, you turn yourself not only into the viable model actor, but slash agent. You created yourself as a brand in this industry. Yes, you did. I commend you on that. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's an ingredient that most people are missing, being able to understand what the advertising agencies and clients are looking for and being able to match it. Yes. And audience, I hope y'all are listening. That was a golden nugget right there. Okay. That was a golden nugget. So Andre, in the collaboration, connection, and communication, I want to know, how do you manage dash in the middle moments? I know you recently lost your mother, and how do you handle rejections and castings and mistrust with people that you felt you trusted, and then suddenly, boom, they pull the rug right from under you? How do you manage your dash in the middle moments?
Well, because I'm a business, I'm always, like I said, I'm trying to improve. So things like this has to happen to improve. And even though I'm, you have to start to look at yourself like a product. I want my product to get better. So that means there's going to be ups and downs, times when I fail completely, times when it's broken completely. I have to always be ready to fix it. So that's my mindset from day one. Be ready to fix it. No matter what happens in your life, be ready to fix it. If my mother dies, be ready to fix your emotions. If, God forbid, I start to gain weight, be ready to fix it and get in the gym. Be ready for change. Change is everything as a human being and as a product or talent. So that's kind of how I take it.
Wow. That's huge. Tina, did you hear that? Ooh, audience, I hope you're getting it. I hope you're getting it. Being able to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep on keeping on. Tina, over to you. Over to you.
Yeah, I want to add, you definitely have to do that, and you have to always put in the work. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. That is for sure. Like on set, you're working with people that you trust. And you have a variety of people, mixed teams, set directors, producers, lighting techs, writers, hair and makeup artists. How important is it to cooperate on set, not complain, not talk bad about people, and watch your words?
Take it a step back from when you get the job.
Uh-huh.
We got you back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I have a really tough connection in the trees where I'm staying.
Okay.
Before you get the job opportunity, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Is it working okay? I don't know
Now
if
it
you can hear
is.
me.
Go ahead.
So before you get the job, is it lagging?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, so I'm just trying. Okay, so when you first get the job opportunity, all those things, you have to get looking at if you show up on time to your fitting, if you still look the same, did anything change? So when you get on set, that same behavior matters. You have to show up with the mindset that I'm still auditioning for this job, even though I got it. And that never changes. You have to work well with the makeup artist. You have to work well with the director, the sound crew. everyone is still looking at you. So you're right. One thing that you could say could jeopardize everything. And how you work with other people matters because a lot of times the same people are working on multiple different sets. So if you
Mm,
damage your relationship with someone, like, I don't know, the AD, and he then becomes the director of another project, he remembers you. And you may not work
Mhm.
because of that.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Yep.
mhm, mhm. Very, very, very important in reference to how you work well and deal with people overall. They could be your next contact on your
Yeah.
next job for sure, for sure. And they do talk, the industry talks, and they do offer recommendations or
Yeah.
not.
Hmm.
Absolutely, they do. Going
Yep.
forward, Andre, I know that you work independently, and I believe that that's proved itself very well for your overall career. Um, do you find that when you are on set and there are other actors, do you learn from each other? Is it important to, because everybody's going to bring a different skill set and they come from different backgrounds and different learning experiences. Do you find it to be a good benefit to you or not? Is it a part of the overall model acting culture? Some people have training, some people do not. People learning from each other, grabbing this tidbit and that and the other. How do you see that when it
Mhm.
comes to you and your career?
I think the ones who are trained may have more longevity because we know how to maneuver ourselves around set. We know how to do script analysis. But taking even a step back from that, as a model, I mean, as an actor model, it helps because it's like, oh, I understand the setup and the layout of what the team is trying to achieve, and I can work better with them because I already have an understanding.
Mm,
Hmm.
mhm,
So
mhm, mhm,
when I get on set with actors when I'm on set with actors who are not trained, a lot of times they have a job for actor that's not trained. So that
Hmm.
tells you a lot. The ones who have the training usually get bigger opportunities. And sometimes you might meet an actor who don't have that formal training, but they have experience somewhere else. Like maybe they put in 24,000 hours on camera just creating characters like a sitcom. And now they're on TV with me because they put in the same amount of work in some kind of way. So, yes, also it helps to meet new actors because sometimes actors can help you fix something that you was troubled with. Or even as a
Hmm.
model, sometimes a model can help you negotiate a new contract with a new agent, just because they
mhm.
like the work or your look. And it's so different. People are always helping each other out once you're in that workspace environment. It's almost like, if you have an issue with like being nervous on set, you might be on set with someone and you can say, oh my God, I had that same problem. You need to go to my acting coach. You've been looking for acting coach for years. And now all of a sudden, you got one just because you're on set. You
Wow.
would have never got
Good.
that information if you never made it on set.
Uh-huh.
So and then you end up making some of your closest friends, the ones who will encourage you when you're down at your lowest, because they're looking at
Mhm.
you to see how far you go. Because they're like, oh, if you made it on this job with me, I'm going to keep watching out for you and supporting you because I want to see how far you can go. Let
That's
us
good.
encourage each other.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's good stuff right there. That's good
Hmm.
stuff. There are good people in the industry that, will really look out for one another as you're growing and building your brand in the industry. That's good stuff. Tina, over to you.
Yes, like we say, collaboration, communication, and connections. I mean, no question, you're proving it. Everything that you have to do, how you have to treat people, which is should be normal, and you got to put in the work. Like we keep saying, you got to put in the work. So let's talk about mistakes, failures, and painful situations. Share your perspectives on valuable
Mm.
lessons that you've learned.
It's funny when you asked that, I thought about someone, a lady of color in New York, and trust is
Mhm.
a big issue because one of my first solid agents in New York she was so well known and I trusted her so much that I spent a year of my life not working thinking she was going to take care of me, and she
Mhm.
Mm,
didn't. She checked all my boxes. And I was let down,
Wow.
and it hurt me because I couldn't go anywhere else. I just kept calling her like, "Hey, don't forget about me." And
Mm.
seeing other people, move ahead in their careers made me feel worthless. Like, you just like, all right, I'm working my hardest, I'm fighting so hard, and I get this agent finally, and I think everything is kind of said and done, and then it's not. You're still out here struggling, trying to find a way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big failure, but I learned so much. Like, oh my God, I would never do that again. I would never ever just
Mhm,
trust in one agent like that.
mhm,
Especially if I don't have a manager that has my best interests.
mhm.
So when I see this agent, I try to still respect her because I was like, you know what? It could have been 10 years of my life. Thank God it was just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
thank you
yeah.
for showing me what to look for as I progress in my career, because these are things you must know. Like, just because you're doing good for, someone else on your roster doesn't mean you're going to do
Mm.
good for everyone.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
That's right. And just because you're in New York and this person has a New York address doesn't mean that
Mm.
they are
True.
working the
hmm
standards of the industry as you would
Mhm.
expect them to. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Got to look out for that. Absolutely, absolutely you do. Absolutely you
Mm.
do. Um, when it comes to you being, what's the climate like in New York? I have to ask you that. What is it like right now, coming out of the pandemic
Yeah.
and things seemingly about to open up, but you haven't stopped working. So what's happening? What's going on in New
right.
York right now?
Yeah.
Talk about that, Andre.
I think that's the scariest part about being an artist, is that we are the ones that most people admire, but they don't
Uh-huh.
see how much of our lives we put at risk. So right now, my agents want me working. I have jobs lined up, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. And it's not because of the loss of my mother recently. It's a little bit of that, but most
Mhm.
importantly, it's a pandemic. I'm not vaccinated. I get on set with all these moving parts and people. Who knows
Yeah.
what I might touch or who might get too close? And I've
Yeah.
worked on one job during the pandemic where I was like in close proximity. We shared a car, and I was just like, "What are you doing, Dre? This money is
Yeah.
not that important." But it is, because I love what I do. It's not the money. It's like I love being
Mhm.
on set. But now it's like going on set could put my health at risk. So I've
Mhm.
been holding off, turning down jobs. No, no, no. Then they'll say, why? Tell me why. And I'm like, I'm just using my mom as an excuse. But the truth is, you go out here and get that one job that you wanted your entire life, and it makes it breaks down that barrier you've been trying to break, but then you risk your life in the process of doing it. And
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I'm not. I want to wait a little while longer, but New York is back to the regular hustle. Everyone is going to castings or submitting from virtually from home, or they're on set
Yeah.
working, and that hurts me because I want to work. I hate
Yeah.
seeing it, but I'm not that brave yet.
Got you. I got you. I understand that wholeheartedly.
Mhm. Yeah.
And everybody has to go at their
Not that
pace
brave.
in reference to
True.
expectations. You do. You have to go at your pace. Contacts in this industry are so very important when it comes to collaborations and connections and everything. And I'm gonna ask you this, and I don't know how much of this you want to give up or not give up, and this your prerogative. But I'm talking about how you built your business brand, and I'm talking about bonds that you have formed over the years that are close to your heart. And pro models and actors carry their own little black book. Talk about how you organize your little
Mhm.
black book. You don't have to tell us what's in it, but I know you got a little black book that's all yours. Tell us how important that is.
Oh yeah, I guess it's one of those, like, the little secret weapons you have in your chamber. Like, if this don't, then I always got this.
Uh,
So it's very important. I think that is how I established myself, because I know that I okay, so I know where I come from, number one. And a lot of those contacts tell a story of how I got to where I am now, and they're still in my life. Okay, so you have to nurture those people. You have to reach out to them. You have to check in, and then eventually they start to check in on you too. Also, you have to make yourself usable. Why would someone want to keep in contact with me if I'm not usable? So they're also my fans, like my biggest fans, but my biggest assets. And as they grow, I grow. So as they accumulate more big name contacts, so do I. And we watch each other's growth. We don't just let a long period of time go and we're like, hey, I ain't check in on you. You know, it's almost like we're family.
Good.
Very important. That little black book, ladies and gentlemen, the people that you meet along the way, keep tabs. They can help you every step of the way for sure. Very valuable. Very valuable. Tina, over to you.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that. I already have something in my arsenal. People like the way I cook, so I'll be keeping tabs on my new contacts. Say, hey, I'm going to bake you a cake.
That's
you
right.
know, so
that's right.
And I know people, they'll appreciate
important.
that. So tell more people about me. Oh, she gonna hook you up. She gonna cook a meal for you. Yes, indeed. So Andre, I just want to ask, the cohesive contacts are so important, definitely. And to be genuine too, because, especially if you genuinely love people and like people like I do. So that helps. Would you just drop $1 million nugget to our listeners who are beginning in the industry, and also include your web link, a link, a company, anything,
So I guess $1 million nugget is realizing that this industry is like 100 years old. It's a baby. You can do anything with that. So don't ever get stuck or in fear that I can't reach out to this agent, producer, director because they're just so big or no. This is a new industry. It's meant for change. They want to see new talent. So I would say anyone new trying to break in, use the internet to research these people. Know them like you know your celebrities. Know them more. And then figure out a way to communicate to them who you are. Be clever. Use IMDb Pro, and it will list the emails and names of everyone.
Okay.
They will tell you not to call them. That means call them. They will tell you not to email them. That means email them. They will say, do not find me on social media. Find them. Friend them. Like their post. Comment under their post. This industry is valuable. It's something you can control and manipulate. So when someone tells you, no, I can't, say, well, then you've never ran a business before. Because that's what you're doing. And I think the golden nugget is understanding that there's so many connections already created for you in the IMDb database. Half of your work is already done. You don't need to go out here and knock on doors. You just say, well, I know who I need to work for. So why don't I just focus and put 100% effort into working for just them? That's what I do.
Okay.
That's why I'm confident. I know how to find the people if my agent or manager can't. So I'm saying, well, you can't knock on their door. Well, look, I'm gonna go knock on the door, and they open it up for me because they say, wow, nobody did that before. Why don't other people call us and email us? Because you told us not to. So that's the real trick. When they say no, say yes. They say don't come, show up. I've definitely another failure or mistake I made. They said don't show up to our doors unannounced for anything. I did that several times, and sometimes it hurt, but other times I booked the job. I booked Abercrombie that way. I booked jobs that was not meant for me that way. but it's not what I
Okay.
do often. But it's a group of actors, models. They do
Mm-hmm.
that. They show up when they tell you not to, and they say, Andre, you know how much money you missing? And I get it, but I'm not. I don't like how sometimes it can backfire on you. So I'd rather just email, call. I can maneuver that better than showing up sometimes. If I show up and they
Mm-hmm.
see me and from a distance they're like, hey, come on, I'll do it. But I won't just push my way in and sign in like knowing, oh, you never invited me to come here and I'm just kind of intruding now.
Yeah.
And that
Andre,
could cause problems. So figure it out. What would you do?
Andre,
Mm-hmm.
you are putting action behind your brand, is what I'm hearing. And
Yeah.
I get so excited about that because as an agent, everything is not always on the agent. The model, the actor must
Yes.
get out there, make things happen in their careers. Get out there, get seen, get heard. Go knock on doors. But when you go, have your tools together. Be ready to present yourself
Hmm.
as that up and coming person for the
Mm-hmm.
next print job. You never know when you knock on that door, those advertising directors are sitting around that big conference room table working on the next ad campaign. You walk
Yep.
in the door, bam, you're it. You're exactly what they were talking about.
Yep.
You could book the job
Yeah,
right on the spot. But you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about
right
this
there.
action thing. A lot of folks in my market, I'm within the DMV, as you know, but a lot of folks sit on it. They don't get up and act on it.
Mm.
Andre, help them.
Yes.
Okay. Help them. They got to get up and go do
Mm.
it. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Um, that is a big concern that I have when I get the phone calls. Miss Lacy, discover me, make it happen for me. Well, that's actually a turnoff for me to actually to hear. And I spend my time, a lot of my time,
Hmm.
educating on showing people how to go about this industry and become who you are, Andre. Everybody wants that, but not willing to put in the work to get there. Okay. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's I love what I do. Oh my God, I love what I do. But it gets tough when you find the person that really just puts all their eggs in one big basket, which is you, the agent. That's not how it should be. You should have several baskets go on, several different baskets.
Yep.
Put eggs in a lot of different baskets and keep rolling. Keep on
Yep.
rolling. Absolutely, you must. You know, I have to talk
Hmm.
about collaborative tools that you use, Andre, just to keep yourself efficient on a day by day basis and keep yourself at the top of the game. I mean, in managing your home, your car, your travels, and you know, wardrobing and all. Give us an example of
Mm-hmm.
a day in the life of Andre Jackson. How you keep it all together, okay? And people have to have finances. I call it traveling funds if
Yep.
you're called to go to different places. Get on the plane, the train, and do all that. Talk about your life, Andre. How do you do it?
Yeah.
Well, prior to the pandemic, all my clothes were free because every time I work a job, wardrobe let me have shoes, jeans, t-shirts, and these are the things clients want to see. So that's what I would wear on an everyday basis. I realized that doing that, making yourself a brand and always looking like your brand, it makes you sometimes not authentic. You're not yourself because you're always wearing
Okay.
colors that you know pop for camera, but you're not wearing clothes that identify you. So you have to
Mhm.
always find a balance between the two. Work clothes and then your casual, having fun clothes, just who you are. And that's an investment. But I think you have to figure out a way to do both. That doesn't mean
Mhm.
I have to go out and buy clothes that advertise a brand. I don't, that's not who I am. I try to
Mm-hmm.
wear clothes that represents me and you
Mhm.
don't see a brand. Therefore, I save money and I'm focusing on expressing myself as a human being. And I think that is one of the things you have to keep in mind. Clothes is a mask for us, it represents and tells a story about who you are. So be cautious about how you're doing it. you'll notice, oh, I'm wearing this because it reminds me of, or it makes me feel, and that's how I process, my clothes for work and for socializing and just casual play.
Okay.
And it
Mm-hmm.
costs money. So you want to always keep, because we're a talent, you have to always put a budget aside for character clothes.
Mm.
I know the characters I play, so I invested a lot of my money into suits because I play a lot of clean cut characters, cops and lawyers and doctors. They want to see me in a suit. So you want to have a variation.
Okay.
And then
All
sometimes I
right.
get lucky to play a younger character where I'm in college. So I need shirts that can be more tight on me than I would like. So
Yeah.
I need to show my form. So you gotta have a variation.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Is it hard for you to keep your body tight? Do you stay in the gym? Do you work out regular regimen? Is it good for you? Is it easy for you? Is it tough for you? Talk about that. Keeping fit.
Yeah, I think it's something that I noticed with most of the people who are successful. We are consistent with working out. Now I have put on 40 pounds recently. That was my first
Mm.
time being over 200 in my life. 38 years, I've never had over 200 pounds in my life. I'm like 216, 218. I'm like, it's different.
But
So I
Andre,
had
you
no
look
clothes that
good.
could fit me no more.
You
Yeah.
look good.
Thank you.
I don't
Well,
see
look, I did.
where is it? Where you put it? Where? You look good.
Yeah, it's there. I
Yeah.
mean, well, my clothes couldn't fit. So that made I had to
Okay.
step up my size because I didn't feel comfortable. I was too tight. So then I was like, nah, I can't go out like this. This was not. So being willing to change is okay. When I put on that weight,
Yeah.
I wasn't working out. I was just eating. The pandemic started. Was,
Hmm.
and I was is a part of your career.
Mhm.
Yes.
If
Mhm.
you don't
Mhm.
change,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so yeah, staying in
Mhm.
shape is one, but it helps with my mental health. When you go through those roller coasters where someone might die, you lose a big job that you thought you had. Working out can be your sanity. It can keep you focused on what's important. But it's also important to do it just because we're not taught to do it at a young age. And as you get older, health issues can prevent you from doing your job. So
Yep.
working
Mhm.
out might help you have longevity. I don't know if it'll work, but if we stay in good health, you might make some good wealth. I don't know. You got to stay in good
Yep.
health though to work. You can't
Yeah.
be sick or not physically fit and think you're gonna work. No one will hire you. They'll look at you and say, "Yeah, we're gonna pass on this one," or come back,
Yeah.
next time. So it's
Yeah.
important.
Mhm. 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 You're right about it. You're
But your
absolutely
health
right
is
about
your wealth. Your health is your wealth. Yeah, your
True.
health is your wealth. So
it.
that's
True.
priority number one.
Mhm. Well,
Hmm.
Andre, you looking good, so handsome, tall, gorgeous, phenomenal,
Thank you,
beautiful. Yeah, you really are. You're looking
Hmm.
tight, and I'm so
thank
so
you,
very
thank
very
you,
very
ladies.
proud of you for sure for sure. Tina, over to you.
Yes, indeed. As far as this collaboration, communication, and connection thing is heavy. This is good information. Now, Andre, you are a top performer, a master goal achiever, planner. I
Mm,
see that. You are doing the doggone thing, as they say. Continue to speak about, say, for example, what keeps you going and what's your next move.
okay. So when you see those people in that remember we was talking about that black book, that list. Well, I see my list growing. Like, oh my God, my friend just finished a movie that is now being nominated for an Oscar. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm friends with these people. We were trying to figure it out together. So to see them evolve, to see the seeds that they planted grow, come on, like I'm eager. And it's burning me up inside to get back to where, I left off, to see how much, I've grown. See, you always, every year there's a turn. We have pilot season, so there's a turn of new actors coming in, new models coming in, and every season, someone that's been working their hardest steps up to the plate and say, "Hey, give me a shot." So that's
Yeah.
where I'm at, and that's what keeps you going forward because you know you've laid so much groundwork. Well, now let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when all that groundwork is laid and now starting to build on top. What happens now? It's being presented. Do it
Mm-hmm.
rise to the top or do it fail? Do they say we don't want it? For me, I'm blessed
Yeah.
because they're still knocking on my door. So that means they're just waiting for me to get back in, finish what I started, and then from there we see what happens. But you got to be willing to transition, and I'm thankful to always be willing to transition. So that means if I gotta move west, I can move.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to stay where I'm at and work differently, but more smarter, I will do that. Sometimes working harder means taking a step back and being more strategic. I can
Yes.
take that. I can take that into consideration. Um, but that's the game you have to be willing to play. So that's why I'm still in it because I like playing the game. The game of winning means you take the good with the bad. So sometimes I lose and I learn from the mistakes and I take that and I push forward so I can win the next time.
Mhm, mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm. Andre, what is your best advice for a new person coming in or a person that's actually in and they're floundering around? What is your best advice for that person in going forward?
Hmm.
How would they? How
Submit,
would you? How do you suggest they get
submit,
started?
submit,
Mm-hmm.
submit, submit,
Okay.
submit, submit,
Mm-hmm.
submit, 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 submit
Mm,
to change, submit
mm,
to castings, submit
mm,
to agents, submit to managers, submit to production companies, submit. That's your priority.
Mm-hmm.
24/7. I'm
mhm,
always submitting myself for something,
mhm,
and you will
mhm,
always be working. There's no
mhm,
reason why. I mean, I used to submit myself for jobs all the time, and I used to work all the time. And I mean, it was never a day I would not work because you're in complete control and you know the work is out there. So I would just sit on my computer, and every day I would find contacts and submit myself. And by the end of the week or next week, my emails would start to fill up because everyone I reached out to is going to respond. They just have to. They're like, you submitted. We got it. We're going to keep you in mind. We're
Yes.
looking for this. Come in. We're ready for this. So, or just, yeah, it will set you up to understand who you are in the industry, what you can offer, and it will also bring in people that can help your business grow just by submitting. Because
mhm,
that's you telling the
mhm,
universe, I want more.
mhm,
This
mhm,
staying at home
mhm,
isn't it. I'm ready for challenges.
mhm,
I'm ready to face my fears. Soon as you start
Yes.
submitting, that's what you're doing. You're opening Pandora's box to whatever comes. And you have to be willing to say yes and show up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't show up, then you're setting
Yeah.
yourself back now. So if you're not ready, don't submit. Get yourself ready to be completely 100% ready. If you're not, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're saying getting yourself ready, you had to be submitting the right photo work of your right look, your brand. So a lot of folks are not submitting in that way
Yeah.
and losing. And though with your submitting, you knew you were bringing talent to the table. You're gifted. You got skills in runway. You got
Mm-hmm.
skills in acting
Hmm.
and what have you. So what would you say to help that person out there getting how do they get into preparation? What should they do?
So you just take the little things you have done and you use that as a business card. You
Mm,
say, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
I did a local fashion show at my church. I did a sitcom. I did a live performance where I performed in front of family and friends.
mm,
To you, you're
mhm,
like, yeah, but that doesn't measure up to like Meryl Streep or Denzel Washington, but that's your foot in the door.
Okay.
mhm,
Once you get in the door, all they care about is, okay, what more can you do? Can you
mhm,
do
Mm.
this? Can you
mhm.
model?
Okay.
Okay, you said you could, you did it for them, but I want to see you do it. And from there, you just got to get out of your own way. Get out your own
Yep.
way, because you're stopping progress when you don't think you are good enough or you don't have enough on your resume. I mean, some people
Hmm.
stop themselves from going forward because they don't have a reel, they don't have a headshot, they don't have a portfolio. Throw
Yeah.
it all away. God gave you everything you need. Throw it all
See,
away, because if you
yes.
depend on that stuff too much, then what's the point of trying to acquire new relationships and new work? You're stuck on the
Mhm,
past. You
mhm.
can't
Hmm.
imagine you didn't have it and you had to make yourself over again as a new brand. Well, that's essentially what you do every time you walk into a room. You're
You
Hmm.
reintroducing
definitely,
yourself.
Yep.
yes, mm, yes, that's
True.
the power right there. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes,
Exactly.
yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Making yourself over every time you walk in that room. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yes, indeed. New experiences, new opportunities every single time. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the phenomenal actor, Andre Jackson Jr., our special guest today on the Power Up Show. And you know, it started off for him at Cameo Models International. So if you want to know how, see us, visit us at Cameo Models International. We got your back. We'll
Yes.
definitely get you started in the right direction. It's
Hmm.
no doubt about it. Andre, is there anything else that you might like to share before we move on to Tina and her mindset today? Anything else you want to share?
Well, I think having faith is something that you kind of have to touch on it, because at some point, without faith, in something outside of yourself,
Mhm,
then what do you have to grab hold to? So having faith to me is important. I stand on that. I have faith that everything is going to be okay.
mhm,
That my family
mhm,
is going to be okay. That my career is going to be okay. That new
mhm,
opportunities is going to come. Just having faith
mhm,
is essential. You can't really
Yeah.
do too much without it.
mhm, mhm, mhm. I agree. Being spiritually grounded is very, very, very important in an industry that is sometimes so unsure and filled with rejection and
Yeah.
uncertainties. For sure, for sure, for sure. That's powerful
Hmm.
right there,
Hmm.
Andre. And I know you, and I've seen how you act and interact, and
Yeah.
I know that you're very, very connected to the higher power, and in your faith, and it shows. Absolutely, it does. It
Thank
shows.
you.
Hmm. Your mom would be so proud,
Yeah, God is
and
Yeah.
real.
we all
So yeah.
are. Tina, I'm going to turn it over to you, Tina, for today's mindset. Tina.
Yes. Collaboration. Yes, indeed,
Mm,
Renee. That's an important word. That's something that's a skill that people need to learn, because you
mhm,
can't do everything on your own, whether it's in this business or any other business.
mhm.
And basically, the definition is the action of working with someone to produce or create something, you
Yes.
know, cooperation, so you have to collaborate, put together, bring together to produce something, a result. So what I want to say about that is a mindset. You have to be able to do this, because there are people that we meet, Renee, and I'm sure you too, Andre, that feel like they can just do this all on their own, and they don't want to follow instruction or guidance from anyone, or they take instruction and guidance as harsh criticism instead of
Mhm,
looking at it to help them grow and learn, from what that person is saying to them or trying to help them. Even if the person is not trying to help them, you should still be able to maneuver and read through in between and go, okay, I can use this. This just makes me better, you know. And so people need to learn how to use that to collaborate and be positive, be focused, so they can go ahead and get the end result. So ultimately,
Hmm.
collaboration, working together, whether it's something positive or negative, hopefully it's more positive, so you can click it together so you can get that positive result.
mhm. Absolutely. 100%, Tina Otero. Yes. A
Yes,
hundred
yes.
percent, 100%.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move you forward. I want you to know what is on the red carpet today. Yes, indeed. The store is open And I'm going to share with you how to take care of that skin. That's right. Fabulous, Fierce, and Beautiful represents Flory Roberts and Color Me Beautiful. And today I want to talk to you about being Flory Flawless and taking care of uneven skin tone. That's right. Conceal, reveal, glow so you can grow. And I've got the products right here. So for uneven skin tone, I want you to be encouraged to work with the Flory Vitamin C collection. I've got your cleanser, I've got your toner, I definitely have your exfoliator, and I definitely want to talk to you about your having that, what do they call it, the skin perfecting system with Umbilica right here. It's better than Botox. That's right, better than putting that that needle in your face. That's right. I'm telling
Yeah.
the truth. And then also your daily defense serum is right here. Most importantly, your vitamin C capsules. Your face needs a dose, a little dose of your vitamin C capsule. It's embellished with vitamin C and vitamin E, just the right amount for your overall face. And then when you finish it up, you're going to finish it up with My Everything Cream. This is a cream that was developed by Nancy Wilson, and the scientist at Flory Roberts went to work, created My Everything Cream to moisturize your forehead, on your cheekbones, along your chin, your negligee, and basically it's an overall skin moisturizer. Your hands, your feet, they will love you for it. So you start with your overall vitamin C skincare system, finish it up with My Everything Cream. You're talking about taking care of the uneven skin tones that you damaged all during the COVID-19 and everything. Well, you can recapture your skin. You can repair the damage. You can reveal brand new skin, and you can glow and you can go. So click on the link that's above our particular live show today. I want you to review the catalogs, and I want you to know that, you get 30% off of your first order. Most importantly, I am here to serve you. I would love to be your beauty concierge. I'm here to help, because guess what? What I do, it's magical. Yeah, I got your skincare. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Tina, back to you.
Yes, indeed. We want to know the goings on here at Cameo Models Internationale. Don't forget to vote. The Pretty Face Contest. Yes, yes, yes. Go to, you see the information at the top on Facebook. If you're looking at us on YouTube, at the bottom, what is it? www.urbanviewsrva.com. Pretty Face Contest. Go ahead and click that and select the model. And click that for the pretty face. Yes, yes, yes. That will be ending near the end of May. And you can vote every day for that model that you'd like to see win the contest. Yes, yes, yes. And don't forget to go to www.cameomodelonline.com so you too can be a Cameo model, so we can help you catapult yourself like Mr. Andre Jackson with your career and teach you how to get in and do, so you can communicate, collaborate, and cooperate, so we can get you started. So come on, go to that site and click that button. So set up your 20-minute consultation with us. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're going to put in search, Cameo Model online. I'm sorry, Cameo Models Internationale on the YouTube. Click the little disco ball that says shine and go ahead and click that subscribe, and also click the notification bell also. So you can go ahead and get notified when we have videos and other information coming up for you. And please share everything with your family, friends, and your co-workers, so everybody's looking for something to do with this pandemic, so we can help get you started. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Renee.
Thank you, Tina. I'll back you up on our YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, people are always looking for education. You're looking for knowledge. Our YouTube channel is filled with hundreds of videos that really show you how to get started the right way in this industry. It's filled with right direction, the right steps to success. So please visit our YouTube channel, tell everybody about it, and subscribe. We're going to wrap the show today, finishing with our special guest, Mr. Andre Jackson Jr. he has just been phenomenal today
Yes.
in delivering $1 million nuggets to help you get going in this industry as well. You know, Andre, everybody wants to be you. Everybody wants to be where you are. Everybody wants to be able to walk to that mailbox and pick up a residual check like you do. Everybody wants to get there, but the hard work, the work, taking action, the you know, putting some power behind your dream and actually doing, diving in and doing. I hear from people all the time that, you know, Miss Lacy, I want to model. Miss Lacy, I want to act. Miss Lacy, do it for me. But Andre, there's very few that I've had on board with Cameo Models International that stack up to you. I'm so very proud of you. So very, very proud of you and
Thank you.
all that you have come to be in this life, but all that you're coming to be in the industry. You are a phenomenal example of model, actor, and I just want the best of the best of the best for you forever, ever. Do you have any final remarks for our audience before we leave?
Well, number one, never compare yourself to anyone. Always, you know, stay true to who you are. So, with that being said, appreciate yourself as being an artist. Be willing to take criticism. Be willing to change. Be willing to submit and just kind of give it your all, if anything. You know, like, because sometimes we go half at it. But what happens when you give it your all? Like, you'll never know until you do it. That's all I can say. I give it my all. That's why I am who I am. I never was giving it half. I was always 100% in. So that's pretty much it.
So Andre, how can our fans that are tuning in connect with you? What is the best method in reference to reaching out to you, connecting to you, following you? What's the best method?
I'm a simple person. I don't even have a website. I use social media like everyone else. You can find me on Instagram as Jackson Jr., or you can find me on Facebook as Jackson Jr., or you can Andre Jackson Jr. Reason why I say that is because as a business, we got to be able to be found like everyone else, like easy. So make your brand easy to find. And right now, social media is free. It's free. So create your social media pages like it's your website. It is your business card. I don't need your phone number anymore. All I need is your website. I can call you through, and that's your website, your Instagram or your Facebook. I can call you through Facebook now. I can call you through Instagram. That's the best way to keep in touch with people. You can always see what they're doing, always see what they're liking. Come on. That's your website. That's your way to keep in touch with everyone in the industry.
Phenomenal. Well, Andre, it's our pleasure having you on with the Power Up Show today with Renee and Tina. I'm just beside myself. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have you with us.
Yes.
I really am. And I appreciate you so much. You've been by the agency. You've shared with models and a couple of seminars, even on Zoom and what have you. So you're that encouraging guy that's just so nice. You're just so genuine in your kindness. And I appreciate that so much coming from someone of your caliber and excellence. So I truly do appreciate you and all that you've come to mean to my life and to the life of the models at Cameo Models International. So thank you so much for joining us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Andre. I really appreciate it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close out the Power Up Show today. And you know how we do it. I always like to encourage you to believe in yourself, to use your imagination and visualization to see your dreams coming true, and affirm the fact that nothing and nobody, I said it, nothing and nobody, I'll say it again, nothing and nobody will stand in your way. Most importantly, use your enthusiasm as you see it exuding from myself and Tina and Andre Jackson. You know what they say when you use your enthusiasm? Watch out, because you can catch it from yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, our final affirmation goes out to all of you. You know how we say it. Come on, Tina.
Yes.
In
With
everything
everything you
that you
do,
do,
do it
do it
with
in
excellence.
excellence.